Hello and welcome to Wargaming with Garry. This is my first video and it's my introduction, but it's not my first introduction. I've made a few horrible botched videos for my introduction, clearly getting to grips with what I'm doing here. And when I've looked at them on, I put some of them on YouTube and I just was not happy with them at all, how they presented. So I decided to do it again. But what I also did was I enlisted the help of somebody whose videos on YouTube, who's also another wargamer, who I have a lot of respect for. I've been watching this guy's videos for a long time, and they are excellent, absolutely excellent. So I'm going to give him a shout out because his name is Ralph Astley, and that's how you only have to put Ralph Astley into YouTube and it will come up. I put Ralph Astley Wargaming and it always comes up. And I don't know how to do links at the moment, but when I do, I most certainly will put a link for Ralph because he's been really helpful, and he gave me some advice which really helped me look at how I wanted to present my videos and the channel and how I wanted to be seen. And it was strange. Like there were things that he said which, and I've got to say, I asked for his advice, and he gave me some really good advice. But there were also the other things that he didn't advise me on. He told me things about statements I was making. I weren't checking my facts. So he pointed me out. He pointed this out, which was the right thing to do because it made me realise that I need to be more organised. When I'm sitting in front of people and I'm saying this particular regiment did this at a particular time, I need to make sure it's factual, not something that I'm thinking, I think that's right. I need to be factual, and that's one of the things I'm working on now. So with that in mind, I've got bullet points, which is why you will see me looking down sometimes. I've got bullet points just to keep me on track, and also there are things there which will remind me of like points I want to get across. Just to be clear, the videos that I did put on initially I've removed because I just wasn't happy with them at all. So why have I started my channel? Well, this is easy. I used to play and collect and paint miniature figurines years and years ago, 15mm Napoleonics, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. But because of family and career priorities and obligations, I kind of walked away from wargaming completely. And I always thought I would come back, but I never did. And eventually I lost that enthusiasm to come back. Anyway, the internet turned up. More importantly, YouTube turned up, and I started watching them, and you know what, I slowly got more and more hooked on people, YouTubers, who were presenting wargaming videos. And now I'm like, and you know, so there's lots there. I've watched an awful lot of videos, Ralph being just one of many, and I've really got hooked now. It's kind of really drawn me in it, and I feel like I've been reeled into it, and I'm loving every single minute of it. I spend an awful lot of time thinking about wargaming. When I get home, I can do this, I can do that. So yeah, so that's why I wanted to start doing my own channel. So around about 2-3 years after I started painting and collecting again, I thought, let's give it a go. Let's see how I do. See if I can produce a decent video and a decent channel. So hopefully that will affect somebody like myself. The wargaming, the YouTube wargaming community pulled me in, really encouraged me, and like really gave me an enthusiasm to be part of that community. So hopefully somebody else who's in a similar situation as myself will feel the same, or somebody who's never considered doing wargaming but looks at it and went, you know what, yeah, I'd like to do that. What can you expect to see? Well, firstly, I now collect 25mm and 28mm. I don't collect 15mm anymore. Historical and fantasy. So historical figures that I'm collecting are ancient Assyrians, Punic Wars. I said ancient Assyrians and their enemies. Although the ancient Assyrians didn't need many enemies, they spent a lot of time fighting each other. So, but that's what I'm collecting. Punic Wars, Dark Ages, Medieval Times, English Civil War, Napoleonic Wars, American Civil War, and the First World War. I'm also collecting fantasy figures, and I'm working on a massive army of orcs, or armies of orcs. I want to collect over 400 figures, and I have the grand total at the moment of 50. So I've got a little way to go. I'm also going to collect dwarves and elves, and also use in the fantasy some of the ancients, the Dark Ages, and of course the medieval. I think the bullet point's working alright. It's really helping me keep on track. What will I do? So what will you see when you come on here? Well, mostly it's going to, initially, I think for now, updates, reviews and unboxings. And we'll see where that leads me. So that's short and sweet. That's my introduction. What to expect and who I am. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy your hobby, more importantly. And I look forward to seeing you next time. So all the very best. Take care. Bye.